Friends, today we have to discuss theory of reaction rates. We have to explain different theories to describe the rate of reaction. These are basically few theoretical concepts which have been explained to describe the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay, we have two different kind of theories which explain the rate of a chemical reaction. One of them is called Culian theory of reaction rate and the other one is called transition state theory. These both theories are to explain the concept of chemical reaction, specifically to determine the rate of chemical reaction. Or these theories are actually the basics of a chemical reaction to occur or to find the rate of a chemical reaction. As far as the concept of Culian theory is concerned, Culian theory is actually about the theory of gases. And in the case of Culian theory, the basic assumption was the gas molecules are considered as hard spheres. Okay? Gas molecules are considered as hard spheres. So, and the reaction is actually due to the collision of gaseous molecules. Suppose we are talking about bimolecular reactions in which we have two molecules, meaning two gaseous molecules. Whenever there is a reaction between these two molecules, the reaction is actually due to the collision of that molecules. And this is not a simple collision, but here we have to discuss the effective collision. What do we actually mean about the effective collision? Effective collisions of molecules are those collisions which lead to the formation of product. Mean effective collisions of the reactant molecules which lead to the formation of product. These collisions, to become effective collisions, these molecules have some energy. That is very important part in collision theory. The energy of the molecules, the colliding molecules, must be equal or greater than the energy of a minimum energy, that is called activation energy. So strictly it must be greater than the energy of activation energy. Then there are the chances to have a chemical reaction which eventually lead to the product. So this theory, Culian theory of gases or Culian theory of reaction rate, is actually based on the activation energy. So the molecules, colliding molecules, must have some minimum amount of energy which is responsible for the chemical reaction. However, in the second theory, that is called transition state theory, in that case, during the reaction, there is a state where both bond breaking and bond formation takes place continuously and simultaneously. Or the state, that state is actually an intrinsically unstable state, wherein an elongated bond is there, and we show that bond in that state in dotted lines. That is called actually transition state. We call it transition state or activated state or transition complex. So transition state theory is based on that transition state, and it explains the concept of bond formation and bond breaking and occurring of these two phenomena simultaneously and continuously. But today we will talk about only the Coulombian theory of reaction rate. We have two theories which come under the concept of theory of reaction rates. One of them is Coulombian theory of reaction rates, whereas the other one is transition state theory. But today we have to discuss, or we will talk about only Coulombian theory of reaction rate. According to Coulombian theory of reaction, or according to Coulombian theory, that is actually for gaseous molecules, and we consider that the gaseous molecules are like hard spheres. Meaning molecules are like hard spheres, and because we are talking about the gaseous molecules, then the molecules or entities must follow the concept of gaseous nature. Meaning they are far apart from each other. There must be effective collisions and like these things. So, if we have two molecules, gaseous molecules, if we have two gaseous molecules, suppose a molecule A and a molecule B, and we want the reaction, so these two molecules will collide to form AB, a product. So the collision of, then there is a collision between a molecule A and molecule B. Then the rate, according to Coulombian theory, the rate of reaction is actually the rate of a reaction is actually proportional to or equal, you can say equal to number of activated collisions per unit time, mean per second. Or you can write rate of a reaction equals to the activated number of activated collisions per unit time. तो ये हमारे पास क्या है जी, रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन अकॉर्डिंग टू Coulombian theory of gases. Whenever we talk about Coulombian theory of gases, and we have gases, different number of molecules of gases, and according to Boltzmann-Maxwell distribution, the fraction of molecules having energy equal or greater than the energy of what to have a reaction from activation energy equal or greater than activation energy, then in that case we have dN over dt is equal to AB exponential minus This is actually our rate of reaction. Here ZAB is actually the number of collisions between A and B per unit volume per unit time. What is it? ZAB is equal to number of collisions between molecule A and molecule B per unit volume per unit time. Per unit volume or per unit time. What is N? N is actually number of molecules of product formed during the reaction per unit volume. Okay, and the fraction of molecules according to Boltzmann and Maxwell distribution of molecules concept, the fraction of molecule having energy equal or greater than the activation energy, or those molecules having that energy is equal to this fraction. Actually, that is what exponential minus e. You can write this part e raised to power minus e over RT like that. Okay. And we know that this collision during the reaction, this collision and this part cannot remain constant. Why? Because during the reaction, there are collisions and the amount or the quantity of reactants is actually decreasing. So when number of reacting molecules are going to decrease, it means the effective collisions will be decreased. So these two values, these two factors, this part and this part will not remain constant. So for this particular part, we also know that for second order, because we have two molecules and we consider this is bimolecular reaction, and the rate of for second order kinetics will be equal to dN over dt is equal to K, that is rate constant, and A, number of molecules of reactant A and number of molecules of reactant B. When we have this equation 2 and this one is equation 1. Now what we have to do, we have to find, actually by comparing these two equations, we have to find the value of rate constant, rate of a reaction. This is your equation 1, this is equation 2. The left side, the left part of this equation and this equation are equal. The left parts of these two equations are equal. So their right parts will be, by comparing these two equations, K and A and B will be equal to exponential minus E over RT. This equation is actually from these two equations. After comparing these two equations, we have this. And now rate constant is equal to exponential now this equation is actually derived from using the concept of Coulomb theory of reaction rate. Now rate of reaction, the equation for Coulomb theory is equal to K is equal to this part. This part is called this Z. A is actually a ratio that is equal to Z. Z stands for Coulomb constant. That is called Coulomb constant or Coulomb number. This is called Coulomb constant or Coulomb number. We also call it Coulomb number. Then this equation will become Z e raised to power minus e over r t. This equation is actually derived from Coulomb theory, concept of Coulomb theory for determination of rate of reaction. Okay? This equation is for the determination of rate of reaction by using the concept of Coulomb theory. And Z, what is Z? This is Coulomb constant. If we have the values of this energy, general gas constant, temperature, and this Coulomb number or Coulomb constant, we will be able to find the rate of a chemical reaction according to the Coulomb concept of Coulomb theory. What is actually Coulomb constant or Coulomb number? This is actually this Z. Now we have rate of reaction according to Coulomb theory. You can compare this equation with Arrhenius equation. What is Arrhenius equation? We know that according to Arrhenius, A is equal to A e raised to power minus E A over R T. This is your Arrhenius equation. This equation can be comparable to this equation if we consider this Z as a frequency factor and we consider this Z or replace this Z with this A. Then this equation will become the Arrhenius equation. That will be used to study the activation energy or the effect of temperature upon the rate of reaction. Now, this is your equation for the determination of rate constant for a chemical reaction by using the concept of Coulomb theory of reaction rate. What is Z? Z is actually 4 this Z is actually your 4 sigma square pi RT over M. According to Coulomb theory, this is your actually Coulomb diameter. Coulomb pi, we know RT and M molar mass of that molecule. You can find the Coulomb number of Coulomb constant by using this expression. We will not go for the detail of this Coulomb equation, but by knowing this factor, we will be able to find the rate constant for while using the concept of theory of Coulomb theory of reaction rate. From here we come to know that whenever there is a Coulomb and the diameter of the Coulomb, mean Coulomb diameter is greater, then the Z value will be greater. Okay, the value for Z factor will be greater, and that is directly related to the rate of reaction. Okay, by knowing the value of this we will be able to find the value for rate constant. Suppose for a particular question, for a particular numerical, we have E energy is equal to 184 kilojoule per mole. Suppose, and we have temperature that is equivalent to 556 Kelvin. And we know R is equal to 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. And for the particular equations we have Z that is equal to Z is equal to 9.93 10 raised to power 10 liter per mole per second. Now we have the value of Coulomb constant, R, temperature and energy. By putting all these values in this equation, we will be able to find the value of rate constant. Suppose now K is equal to Z E minus E over RT. This is your expression. Now Z have 9.93 10 raised to power 10 liter per mole per second. Multiply by exponential minus E 184 kilojoule per mole R 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin multiply by this is your temperature 556 Kelvin. Now this Kelvin will be cancel this one and this one. Then we will be able to find the values of K that will be equal to 5.2 10 raised to power minus 7. What will be the units for this rate constant? The units for this rate constant will be similar to the units of Coulomb number or Coulomb constant. So, liter per mole per second. In this way, you can find the value of rate constant of rate of a chemical reaction while using the concept of Coulomb theory of reaction rates. Then we have some limitations of this Coulomb theory. Now we have to, there are almost 4 limitations for this Coulomb theory. Limitations. Now we have limitations of this Coulomb theory. There are some reactions. Whose rate constant is much slower or whose rate is much slower according to our expectations. Mean their rate is slower than expected rate. And we also have some sort of reactions whose rate of reaction is faster as per our expectations, or whose rate is faster than expected rate. Suppose we have triethylamine and reaction of triethylamine with ethyl iodide. Its rate of reaction is much slower than expected rate. However, some acid catalyzed hydrolysis whose rate of reaction is much faster than the expected rate. So in that case, we cannot apply exactly the concept of this equation. For that particular problem, to solve that particular problem, K is equal to P Z exponential What is P? P is actually the probability. This is probability or steric factor. This P is actually a ratio between observed rate divided by the rate determined through Coulomb theory. This is actually a probability. The lower value and the higher value mean in case of reaction of triethylamine with the ethyl iodide, this P value is actually 10 raised to power minus 8. While in case of ester hydrolysis of sugars, this value is quite higher. So, in case of much higher and much lower values, there is a great influence over the value of rate of reaction. So, in that particular cases, we cannot directly apply this equation, and here is the limitation. The other limitation is because we are dealing with gaseous molecules, and we consider that the gas molecules are like hard spheres. But in fact, this is not like that. So we have to think about the time of contact Coulomb. Means whenever there is a Coulomb, and we have to consider the contact time during the Coulomb. But this is the limitation of this theory. Because this theory is considered that, according to this theory, molecules are like hard spheres. So whenever they will collide, immediately they will move away from each other. But in fact, there is a problem of time during the Coulomb. So time of contact time during the Coulomb is also important, which was missing. So this is also a limitation of this theory. One more limitation is whenever we have a catalytic reaction, we have a catalyst and its surface is going to involve in the reaction. So in that case, the reaction is not mainly due to the Coulombs of the molecules. The reaction is not due to the Coulombs of the molecule. So this reaction is actually a catalyst is involving to take place that reaction. So these are few limitations. One of them is the concept of probability or steric factor, and other is during the catalytic reaction, and third is time of contact must be considered, and fourth one, we consider in Coulomb theory only all reactions are single step reaction, but there are the chances that we have a reaction in which we have number of steps, meaning that reaction is not occurring in a single step. There might be a chances we have number of steps for some particular reaction. Suppose chain reactions or some polymeric reactions, they are not supposed to complete in a single step. So for that reactions, we cannot exactly apply the concept of Coulomb theory or the determination of rate of reaction using the concept of Coulomb theory. So there are mainly four limitations. One is about the steric factor, meaning it involves the size. The larger the molecule, there may by changing the size of the molecule, there is effect upon the probability or steric factor, which ultimately affect the value or ultimately affect the rate constant while using the concept of Coulomb. Second one, during the catalytic reactions, the reaction is not actually due to the Coulombians. Third point is whenever we have a reaction regarding to Coulombian theory, we consider that there is a hard sphere of molecules like hard sphere. But in real grounds, we have to consider the time of contact of the Coulomb, which was missing in case of Coulombian theory of gases. And the fourth part is this theory is mainly dealing with single step elementary reaction, but there are the chances a reaction may complete in number of steps, not in single step. So this is all about for today for Coulombian theory of reaction rate. In the next lecture, we will be discussing inshallah about transition state theory and the concept of rate of reaction and some thermodynamics involved during the transition states. Of the reaction.